We thought it'd be cool if we talked about our top 3 favorite Ponysmasher videos on YouTube.
AKA David Sandberg.
David Sandberg. He created the movie Lights Out on YouTube, and it got so much recognition and ended up becoming an actual horror film. David Sandberg actually kept on directing, and now he just recently did Anabelle creation. And we one day decided to just binge watch all of his short horror films. Which
took like 15 minutes.
Yeah, because they're all so short. They're literally like
long.
2 to 3 minutes, basically. So we kind of decided just to pick our top 3 favorites and to talk about it. And if you guys agree or you disagree, or if you have any comments or thoughts, go ahead and comment and like and subscribe and all the YouTube things we're supposed to say. Spoiler alert, we will talk about the endings and what goes on in every single video.
I mean, they're only 2 minutes long.
They're just like 2 minutes, so go watch them in the link or above. Starting with Lights Out, it's a 2.5 minute video. They're literally like long. That does everything it needs to do in that time frame. I feel like it gets straight to the point. It has scare jumps, it has anticipation, it has a tease, it has everything that you need and the perfect ending, and it's a great short horror film. It starts off with the girl in the hallway, and she's like flickering the lights off and on. And in the movie version, they decided to keep
pretty much do the same thing almost.
Right?
Yeah, his wife.
His wife, Lotta, I think her name is. They kept her in the first initial scene where she's in the warehouse and she's doing the same exact thing, which I thought was pretty cool because they like honored that. She's in the hallway and she keeps flickering the light on and off, and there's this like really creepy image of a woman. And what he did really well is like create that image. Like it's like a silhouette, but it looks manly almost, but it's a woman, you can tell, but then it has like broad shoulders and like really long arms. I don't know, it's just a shadow really, like you can't see a face, but that shadow is enough to freak you out. Like it's the concept of being afraid of the dark.
One thing that David Sandberg does well is that he takes fears that
everybody can relate to. Because almost everybody, I mean, growing up, I used to always look at the dark and like in my bedroom and think I saw things and shadows look like figures, and so it's playing with that, and it's playing with the idea of thinking that, you know, we're not alone. In the hallway, you can see the figures she keeps flicking the light on and off, and then it keeps showing up, and then finally, like in one of the times, it's like really close up. And that's the first scare jump.
Right? Loud noise.
And a loud noise. So of course that's the first scare jump, and you see the figure closer but actually turned away. It's like you can see the figure like in the back. But still you don't see a face or anything, so you don't know what, you know. So she runs to her bedroom and she
tapes the light to make sure that it stays on.
Oh right, she tapes the lights because
she goes into her bed.
She realizes that it only comes out when it's dark. So when the light's on, she's safe. She runs to her bedroom, and then she hears footsteps in the hallway, and the part that I found the creepiest is when those footsteps start running. Like all it is, it's literally just a sound of running footsteps.
That's what Sandberg also does very well.
He uses sounds, and what I like about all his videos is that if you go and look at his channel, he has behind the scenes where he explains how he did every single video, and we kind of just like watched every single one because it's interesting to see how he does it. And
everything he did was really cheap.
Like, yeah, he's very practical. He uses
the most expensive thing he has is probably his computer and camera.
And pretty much everything he filmed was in his own home. So he's very low budget with it. He kept it simple. I remember there was a video we watched where he was going back and talking about like all the sounds that he's picked up through all these different like courses of life.
Right, he does.
He has like a sound library where he goes and closes doors. It's a sound of somebody walking in the snow. Different floors,
tile floor, different types
sounds
of shoes.
Of everything. So the running footsteps happens. She hides under her blanket, and that's basically like the perfect way to make us feel vulnerable as an audience, because you can't see what's happening, so you're hiding in there with her, and you're expecting the worst. Like you're expecting that when she goes to look, the figure's there, but it's not. All you see is like the light starts going back, like flickering for the lampshade next to her. So then she's like, oh no, so she goes and she tries to like, I don't know, like not let the light go out, like
plug it back into the outlet.
Like to put the little thing in the outlet, and then you think it's all over. That's where the last scare jump. Which, it's well done. It's actually her own face, and he kind of like fixed it and made it like crazy looking. He did a good job with that too, because that face kind of got me, especially the first time I saw it. So the next film we saw was Pictured. Lights Out came out in 2013. So then in 2014, Pictured came out. And this one is also like really short, 3.5 minutes. They're literally like long. It's a different style. It's still inside the house. It's still related to the same main actress. And this time she's walking down a hallway. Or no, she hears a sound of a plant crashing on the floor.
Right, a pot falling down.
And then she
walks up to fix it.
And she notices that in the
picture she passes by, the figure in it has moved.
Right.
It's a woman.
There's a woman in the picture.
Long black hair, of course.
Who looks creepy.
Right? Make her look creepy.
And every time she looks at the picture, the figure is moved in a different position. Right. Like one point she's looking this way, another point she's like behind.
One point
she's
the figure is gone.
Yeah.
And then when the figure is gone, she sees shadows.
She sees in the room next door like a shadow run by. Right. And they have a good part where she goes into the closet, and there's like a mirror in the closet.
No.
Right?
The bathroom?
Or the bathroom, where she goes into like a room and there's a mirror, and you would think something's gonna happen. Like, that's the perfect tease. Like, you think something's gonna happen, but instead there's nothing, and it's just like a little moment that the audience expects something and there's nothing. So I like that.
She comes out.
So then she goes back into the picture and she notices,
well, when she leaves that room, the picture frame is moving.
Oh yeah,
and the
like
woman
she got
is
back
into the picture.
Yeah, it's like if the woman had left the picture and she got back in. It's just really unique. Like, I like the concept.
Yeah.
And then that's where it gets like interesting, because every time she turns her face away from the picture and she looks back at it, the woman has moved again, but very slightly, like just like a little bit.
She keeps doing it over and over.
So then she keeps doing it to the point where she actually starts covering her eyes and looking like this. And by the time that she does it, like, she knows that the woman's looking at her and like something's about to happen. Like, it gets to the point where she's looking at it for the 4th time or something, and then she's like, okay, like, I think what's fun is that as an audience member, you're like looking at that scene and you're expecting, like, when she moves her hands, this woman's gonna be there in front of her, or like something's gonna pop out on the screen. And instead, it kind of has like a nice little twist where she does this and her face is the woman that's in the picture.
Right.
And then she's in the picture.
Is in the picture.
Yeah, so she actually gets like transported into the painting, which is like really cool. I like that. I think that's unique and different.
That one wasn't,
I didn't expect it at all. Like, that's the whole point. Yeah, it's creepy because she's like stuck in the photo now. It's less like, it's not as scary as Lights Out.
Right. But it's not a jump scare thing.
But it's not completely comedic. It's creepy.
Suspenseful side.
The last one we're gonna talk about now is called Not So Fast. And this one actually has like a nice little comedic twist ending. This one was also created in 2014, and it's 2 minutes long. They're literally like super short. And it's just another reason why I really appreciate his videos is because they're so different. They're non-traditional. Like, I've never seen anything like this video before, where she's literally just walking in a hallway, and it's so simple. There's not much going on. Her literally walking in the hallway. Yeah. The footsteps sound perfect.
And it's a pitch black hallway. It's a pitch all you see is her face.
Yeah. You have all you see
what she's looking at is a door, and you see the light. Yeah. The door's open and there's a bright light in the hallway.
Yeah, like she can just leave.
The hallway she's in
is completely dark inside. Like, for some reason there's no light inside the hallway that she's in. So she keeps trying to get to the door to leave, but every time she starts getting closer, the door gets further and she like goes back or something.
It's also when she starts running.
Yeah.
When she's walking slowly, the door is not moving.
Well, that's why it's called Not So Fast.
Her. Right. And then she'll freak out.
So every time there was like a weird sound behind her, or at one point an actual hand comes out and touches her. Yeah, so then she starts running every time, and every time she runs, the door it just goes shoo and spans back, and then she feels like she's never gonna get there. And then you're watching this and you're thinking like, okay, what's gonna happen? Like, and then it turns out to be a dream that she's having.
Hey, you're sleepwalking.
Right. And they kind of like cut to like David Sandberg actually.
And he's like touching her hair, so you kind of understand why she thought someone was touching her.
And then he's just like, come to bed, and she's like, I can't get to the door.
Can't reach the door.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay. And it's just like a nice little like twist ending that I don't know, you expect all these things.
Yeah.
I appreciated it.
Like that.
And it's comedic in like the non-cheesy
cool,
way.
Because I think, I'm not sure, but that's one of that might be the only video where David Sandberg shows up.
Comes out,
maybe,
yeah.
No,
well,
there is another one.
There is another
maybe
one.
2 or 3.
There was
which was actually one of my favorites, but it wasn't scary.
The Closet
Space. I like that one a lot.
Closet Space.
But
that was a good one. That one's
fun.
actually one of the most recent ones he did.
That was the one that he made right before he started
Anabelle.
directing.
Oh no, Lights Out.
Big movies.
Basically, we were watching him talk about. We were looking at all the behind the scenes videos, and I think one of the things that I think he does really well and that he kind of like targets as an audience is like to use misdirection, like to be able to make the audience think that you're going one way and then it just takes you somewhere else. And that's super hard. I mean, we've binge watched a bunch of short horror films, and they're all so predictable, or the endings
Mama,
are bad.
I didn't like Mama that much. It started off good.
And that's a really popular one.
But
it's really hard to have an ending that you don't expect, or that you expect more. Like sometimes you expect something so much more and then it ends up being something so nothing. I like that his endings, they satisfy you. They don't feel like, oh, that was it.
Yeah, like a letdown.
He's good at teasing the audience, and he's really good at scare jumps. He knows how to use them without overdoing it or without just using loud sounds, and it's like a cheap way to scare jump. Like,
I mean, he's done loud sound scare jumps, but
they have to be well done or like appropriate.
Yeah,
like, it can't just be thrown everywhere. Some people just like to use scare jumps by just making a really loud sound, and that's it, and there's nothing actually scary going on.
The neighbor's knocking on the door and they want to scare you with that.
Yeah, I think he just does such a good job that we wanted to make a video talking about our top 3 favorites, but there are tons of other ones that are good. There's Kofer, there's one that I really liked called there's one called Cam Closer. I really like that one too. That would be like my number 4.
That was his first one he's done.
Yeah, I actually like that one a lot. I think all his videos are worth watching. They're all super short, so you might as well just watch them.
And also the behind the scenes stuff.
And watch the behind the scenes.
How he makes all these shorts.
Right, in the one about the hallway, not so fast, he shows in the behind the scenes video how he used like an IKEA trash can with a light inside of it and like PC pipes, and you can literally see.
He put his camera on top of the PC pipes, and that's what he was using to do the rolling shot.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, he just basically...
And he filmed it in his small little living room.
In his own living room, he filmed a scene that looks like he's in a gigantic black hallway.
I think almost every single one is filmed in his house.
Right.
Or in his apartment complex.
But that one throws you off because it doesn't look at all... you
actually think that she's in the hallway. And
if you see the behind the scenes video, which we'll like link it down below, it's crazy because you really... Like, when you realize what the actual scene looks like, it's hard to like unsee it. Then you keep. I watched it today again, and we were watching it, and we were like, I still can't understand how that scene is in a living room with things all around. Like, it was really well done. I think he's really creative, and I think he's inspiring.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
think
he started off on making YouTube videos, and now he's a Hollywood director. So
well,
it's always something.
He gives all of us small folk hopes. Anyways, I think it's worth watching. So check out his videos. Subscribe to his channel. We have no reason to talk about him other than the fact that we just really enjoy him. He's just one of the very few people out there that we think did good short horror films, because we've been looking for good ones. So we want to make more reviews, or at least talk more about short horror films. We want to attempt to make our own. So it's something we're trying to like get into. So if you have any ideas or any that you suggest,
any new ones, any good ones,
comment below, let us know.
And bad ones. I'll be down to watch a bad one.
Yeah, and I like watching bad ones too. I think it's good to know what you're not looking for.
Right.
But yeah, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and see you in the next Flepped review. Woo woo! Woo woo Flepped!